My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire 2. Silent. It's time to silent Slay the Spire. In the right-hand path here? Yeah. The Silver Crucible should make that a more valuable path for us. You buff next turn. Likelihood of killing the backline next turn, literally 0. I wonder if I should just get them very close to dying. And then do the double defend. So, causes me to take 7 damage this turn, but I can then kill and stagger, doing decent damage that turn. And even if I didn't draw lethal this turn, I would have also then been able to draw the lethal the turn after. Blade Dart's upgraded, sure. Two, three, four. Yeah, I'll do that. We're looking for defend double strike. That'll do it. 1 down. Probably wasn't worth using a fire potion there, especially considering how soon the elite is, but I did consider it for a second. Interesting. Dash, Bouncing Flask, and Ricochet. I think there's a good argument for Ricochet just because it's such good damage. But I also want consistent damage if I'm going to be fighting elites. Like, you know, Bouncing Flask. Dash also defends us while doing damage. This is a really good get-by card. This one would make me want to do poison later. I'll take the get-by. I am currently committing to taking 1 elite at least. Give me the Sword of the Stone. I'll probably take 2. We'll upgrade a random card. Sure. It's additional damage to help us get through the upcoming. Neutralizer's got to get upgraded before the fight. Sure, it's AoE. Of course it's AoE. Why wouldn't it be AoE? The front one is the second to buff. You can see them doing it now. But I can put you within strike range of dead for next turn, so that allows me to preserve the fire potion to try and set someone else up for lethal. Like here, I'll actually use it here. Fire pot here, then strike. Perfect. I'm happy to spread the damage for a bit. I'm dissatisfied with my previous choices to spread the damage. I mean, everything would have been fine if we drew dash that turn. Hey, got him. Unceasing Top. I don't need dash number 2. Unceasing Top. When you have no cards in hand during your turn, draw a card. I'll take Flick Flack as an AoE, because we didn't have any of that. Upgrade Survivor is a much better defend card, especially a defend card that I know that I'm going to leave in the deck. Alright. Blade Dance number 2. Show me what I'm doing with these blades, though, game. I got a lot of them. Now I need to know what what good they are. Pretty good fight right there. That one's well laid plans. Hell yeah, bag of preparation. Start a combat, draw 2 additional cards. Big fan of that. Upgrade the well laid plans. I will use Heart of Iron in this fight almost certainly. I'll use it here on the first turn, sure. I was worried about that. It's just going to cause me to over-defend a lot. Dash, flick, clack, hold 2 strikes. Strike, strike, strike. Hold Neutralize and Survivor so that I can hit you on the turn that you're actually attacking. In case I need to weaken you for 2 turns. Does seem like that was a pretty prudent decision. And finish him off. Potion of Binding. 1 weak and 1 vulnerable to all enemies as well as the planisphere. Whenever you enter a question mark room, heal 4 HP. Leading Shiv, Memento Mori. A Memento Mori in a deck that doesn't have any discard yet, unfortunately. And a Leading Shiv in a deck that doesn't have any other reasons to use Shivs. This deck doesn't do good damage, which is really scary. Like, do I take an upgraded Poison Stab to try and fix? I don't think that fixes the problem. Take a Leading Strike. Oh, come on! You are Alright. Well, I'm not going to play that card. I'll just leave it in hand. I'm going to take 11 damage this turn. I don't think there is a chance that I can do anything now. Here's all my defend cards. Do I need to just play way safer than this? The only problem is if I play way safer than this, I get to the 2nd floor and then I'm like, cool, I can't win. Now I die. Speeds to follow through Cloak and Dagger. None of these are going to fix the problem with this deck. Yeah, I have to rest here, and then almost certainly, unless the Colorless Potion itself single-handedly wins this fight, we lose this fight. We did not get Rolling Boulder. I'll take prep time and see what we can do. Maybe retention's strong enough to just get us across the line. Who knows? I don't think it is. But who knows? We're halfway through the enemy's boss health. At least on turns like that where I don't get to do anything. Still do decent damage with the... Ooh, 1, 2. And then Survivor through the beacon as well. Still do decent damage with the... Prep time. That's what I was looking for, was prep time. I don't know, maybe just having the dashes and the other casts on the right turn is going to be enough for us here. I should really hold a defend just in case. That's not what I should have played. Oops. I should have kept the Flick Black and the Survivor for the next turn that the enemy was aggressive. Thank heck I drew dash. I'm gonna use Potion of Binding, and with your vulnerability, we can take you out. I'm very surprised. Obviously, Knife Trap is the one we're looking for. Blade of Ink. Whenever you blade an attack this turn, gain 2 strength this turn. I don't think Adrenaline really helps us. We're not a setup deck. We do want to go fast, absolutely. We're not a setup deck at all. I think Blade of Ink on turns that we have, like, Blade Dance is probably what I need. Dropping additional elites here is just not going to happen. As soon as I get to Decimillipede or Hive Warrior, I die right now, so that's just harsh. All right, so if we're taking an elite light path, it's definitely not going to be Black Star. It could be Astrolabe. Just throw 3 of the strikes. I'm thinking of Sozu though. No, give me the Astrolabe. Let's get rid of the 3 worst cards in the deck and turn them into 3 of the best. Ridiculous. Immediately. So now we've got a Sly Enabler for every turn in Tools of the Trade. We've got Calculated Gamble with Retain already, and we got another Blade of Ink. So now I definitely do want additional energy, so I have the ability to play multiple Blades of Ink as well as many attacks on the same turn. I almost wonder if I should take this path early just so I can hit 2 early shops and remove 2 cards from this deck. Get, like, Cut Strike and or Defend. I think that makes the deck so much better. Neutralize Dash. Well laid, and then Count Gamble that whole hand. Retain Blade of Ink and Blade Dance, setting up for a future turn. Blade of Ink, Blade Dance. Ten, 16, 16. Great. Dagger Spray will give us the ability to augment this with a little bit of AoE from time to time, which is going to be important if I do want to take a fight that could end up being Decimillipede. I'm not willing to calculate it, so I'm just going to give myself the ability to attempt this, and then we'll see on the other end whether or not it was an awful idea. Pretty good idea. Dodge and roll, second Dagger Spray, Sucker Punch number 1? No. No, maybe if we're on the first floor, maybe that's Sucker Punch, but I think we're okay. This one is going to be... Oh, man. Lantern is really hard to turn down, and it's... Lantern and Accuracy. I think I have to take both. Alright, maybe I get 9 gold in the next fight, and then I can get 1 removal? Well laid plan through Flick Flack. Still going to take 3 damage that turn. Tools the trade. And I could discard Flick Flack at the top of this turn, but I really should defend first. There we go. Speedster. Whenever you draw a card during your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Hey, I draw some cards. I also did get enough money to remove the strike. This elite is a little bit of... Oh, strength pot's definitely going down here. Blade of Ink. Blade of Ink. I'll use Flick Flack at the very end of this turn. Make 6 to all enemies. Hell yeah. Just raced him straight to the win, got it. Backflip, Blade Dance. I feel like Backflip and Blade Dance both make sense in this deck right now. Take the Backflip. Planisphere will heal me by 4. If I go into the question mark. Ugh, did it have to be a shop? Alright, that's just a complete waste of space. Whetstone hits Leading Strike and Dagger Spray there, at least. Oh, nice. Dash, accuracy, and then I'm gonna Blade Dance, then Count Gamble. What's the trade? Black well laid. I'm gonna drop the block pot this turn as well. Keep both Blades of Ink. Just in case I have a turn aggressive enough to be able to utilize all that. Yeah, this certainly isn't going to be that turn. Way too much of a risk to take there. Follow through for AoE weaken matters a lot. I think that rest would be lovely, but then that elite probably kills me. These question marks at least heal me for 4. No, I'll take the rest. Speedster backflip. Count Gamble the entire hand. That's what I was really hoping for. So glad it worked out. Accuracy upgraded. Okay. Okay. We open with dash. Well laid. Just shuffle the Shiv into the draw. Into the draw. Actually, your attack next turn is pretty annoying. I'll keep follow through for the weaken. You don't attack next turn. That's why it's so annoying, I guess. Blade Dance, and then... Count Gamble that hand? Yeah. Keep an accuracy and a survivor. Keep Blade of Ink. We'd love the enemy to take another turn off attacking, please. Tracking. I don't think Speedster is that important here. I think well-laid plans that the neutralize are. I think Speedbot probably has to be used for sudden defense on a turn. I will count gamble that hand. That sucks. I'm going to use Skill Pot. Scar the Haze. Mm-hmm. Single Blade of Ink, I think, is good enough there. And he's doing their multi-attack next turn. Mm-hmm. He has one turn off. Cloak and Dagger follow through, sets up for tracking and 20 damage shivs. Still weakened for another turn, so hopefully we draw into... lethal, but I guess I'll settle for that. Tiny Mailbox, Skewer, Finisher, and Prepared. Finisher is a good capstone for the turn that I just had. Rest and get a Gambler's Brew, pretty good. So it basically costs us a full rest to go there. Unfortunately, Kaiser Crab is going to be a bit difficult as well. We've got a lot of setup we need to do here early too. So I need to Well-A Blend, neutralize turnarounds. I want tracking out. I can't get tracking out right now though. It's probably just got to be dash. I really can't afford to give up HB right now. It's going to be almost impossible for me to find a turn to be able to play that tracking right now. I think I have to just rely on the damage of shivs. Ugh. I can't even turn around with this hand, which means we already die. So, speeds the calc. Mm-hmm. I can turn around. That's exactly what I can do. With Weaken on us, I just don't see there's a way to deal the damage that I need to deal here to stop that from killing us. You are already weakened, so yeah, I'm just going to dig for the best defensive tools that I can get to see if there's any chance here. And yeah, especially with the additional frailty, that's just never going to happen for us, unfortunately. I don't think I necessarily would have done that much better if I took the Elite Less path here. This deck has too many ways of, like, gaining more damage. So in the first cycle, it doesn't do any of that damage. It was way too much setup. Around the point where I got the second... although the second accuracy was already upgraded, so it felt a lot better, but... I do need to make sure that when I'm taking additional setup cards, I actually have the glue in the deck to support another setup card. Because otherwise we just bleed out in floor fights. God, the paths suck here too. I'm not getting good paths today. It's fine, you experience both sides of variance. You've definitely had ridiculous paths as well. Single strike on that previous turn bodes pretty poorly for us. take the dagger spray. I know prepared was there, but I've encountered AoE enough times. I'm gonna take the Omni Slice. I know that finesse was there, but I've encountered AoE enough times. Good thing I have some AoE cards. Well-laid plans, Memento Mori. Give me the well-laid plans. Ideally here we don't even need the well-laid plans out for this fight. It's too fast for that to matter. Damn it. Acrobatics. Pinpoint really good damage to the first floor as well, though. I wonder if I'm going to look at this hand and say, in retrospect, like, the only thing that could have been done to save it against the first elite combat before an upgrade was getting the pinpoint that I just turned down. Although it doesn't look like I even have a chance here. Okay. So I'm trying no longer to take just exclusively the cowardice. This is dead. I'm trying no longer to just take exclusively the cowardice path, that is to say the fewest elites for the most amount of rests and question marks, and I'm trying to justify pathing around avoiding avoiding fighting the fourth normal enemy on a floor too early so that I don't have to deal with enemies from the hard pool too early. I'm trying to get AoE to account for the AoE fights, but unfortunately then I'm lacking in damage for the fights that damage races. Okay, I'm doing a 1 elite. Like, if I'm really cocky, I can take an extra elite here, but 1 elite early shot. 3 rests. I really do like the removal of 2 cards from the deck. The silence starts with so many cards. One strike for that backliner. Beautiful. Come on, reasonable damage card. I'll take pinpoint. And 5 max HP because I'm about to path into a shop anyway. Prepared and Ricochet, thank you. Ricochet is decent damage early, and Prepared is also another 0-cost skill. And in being a 0-cost skill, it's going to make it a lot easier for us to play in points. Reflex, Sly. I'm going to go for the common cards here because they're still, yeah. I mean, Prepared is there. Prepared and second Ricochet? I honestly think, yeah. Give me that. I kinda want to go for the first elite right now. Is that an awful idea? That feels like an awful idea, right? We'll see what we get from this fight, and then whether or not we can justify it. Explosive Potion certainly helps. I'm gonna take a Dagger Throw, let's do it. Okay, Explosive Potion for the second phase of this. There's an argument to be made for Swift Pot this turn. Just for the sake of draw, but I think I need to use it next turn, because then I can care about draw, or I can care about other triggers. Let's go that through Ricochet. So Survivor defend takes 7. Prepared through reflex. Dagger throw through infection. Pinpoint takes down the first phase. Then we've got these chumps. 1 strike to the front line now means 1 strike and the explosive ampule takes out that front liner next turn. I'll also throw the neutralize at the back line, which means that the backliners who is going to be attacking next turn can be prevented with a single strike, which I know is in the next hand. I'm going to look at this skill pod to see if I get anything that has the ability to just discard this hand. It does not. Just burst the defend then. Burst prepared through Ricochet. And the infection. And finish him off. That went about as well as it possibly could have. Speedster. I do have draw, and I don't have that much set up in this deck. I can afford a Speedster. We need both the Prepareds upgraded yesterday. Book of 5 rings. Whenever you add 5 cards to your deck, upgrade, heal 15 HP. 8 max HP for a random relic, please. Oh, White Stars. Elite drop an additional relic when defeated. I'm going to rest here. Incredible. Untouchable with a low enough cost that I have the ability to take it as well as cut a card from the deck. Incredible. No. Gotta remember, don't trigger the Embrace. That's a trap. We trigger those later. That worked out pretty well. Woof. No discards, really? Okay. This guy's pretty annoying. At least he's dead. Deck spot, Eternal Feather. For every 5 cards in your deck, heal 3 HP whenever you enter a rest site. That's really nice, because it'll, especially if I draft a card here, it'll heal us up a reasonable amount before going into the kin. Fan of Knives is an AoE choice. I mean, I don't really have AoE other than Speedstone. This at least does something on the turn that I play it. Fan of Knives too. I mean, Fan of Knives, Blade of Ink is a lot better together. And also, Ricochet loves to see Blade of Ink in the deck. I'll take both. Yeah. I desperately want upgrade here. Let's go the additional turn on Neutralize. I'll definitely use the deck spot in this fight as well. I want Speedster out. I'll do it here on the first turn. There's not that many turns where I don't need to do something else. That worked out pretty well. Full defense as well. Blade of Ink, Fan of Knives. I'll throw 1 pinpoint and then AoE shift, AoE shift, AoE shift, AoE shift. Just short of being able to kill, damn it. Thankfully, the kill's right around the corner, and we get a neutralize off as well. Rough. Yeah. Still got to prioritize blocking on that turn. God is great when prepared. Cast something for us. Beautiful. Not a problem whatsoever. No, I don't have enough control of his deck to take that Grand Finale. Echoing Slash would be a little bit more AoE. I can see it. Especially because it repeats. I think it would get stronger when played with Blade Darts. Sorry, Blade of Ink, rather. Pales? Yes! Well, Pale's Flesh is not bad either. But I will take the additional card draw each turn, because that's even better. Let's take these early questions and then dock out into possibly even more elites. Or possibly away from them, really, depending on how strong I feel at that point in time. I got a lot of AoE, so Decimillipede is not the threat that I usually would feel. Speedster pinpoint through those two. Defend and Fortifier, unfortunately. Saves 10 health that turn. Definitely worth it. Just the unfortunate part being that I had to do that at all. Thankfully, after this fight, I do probably, at least... yeah. Thankfully, after this fight, I probably just pick up a card and heal 15 HP. Escape Plan. That's a card, and that's 15 HP. God damn you. Oh, god damn you. I want you... I want this so bad. Imagine... Oh, no, but I'd have to end a turn with Blade of Ink to start the next turn. That's not actually that great. You know what? Here's your key, buddy. Give me 100 gold. Blade of Ink? That was wrong. That was wrong. Right? Yeah, I don't need the... Yeah, there's no Blade of Ink. It's Speedster. Speedster, Escape Plan, Survivor through Ricochet. Yeah, I was never getting to play enough attacks for the Blade of Ink to really matter. Perfect. That's what the Echoing Slash is there for. What do we think about Untouchable number 2? I think I could go for one more. Bread. Oh, no, bread's tough. Study first turn, lose 2 energy. All other turns gain an energy. That first turn has 7 cards for us. Give me well-laid plans and cut a strike out of my life, please. How do I feel about that Omni Slice? Like I have so many sources of AoE and perhaps I don't need another. That was a bad choice. I was on full health here, so I should have gone for the elite first and then the rest, because then I would have been able to heal up with my Eternal Feather. The cards that need upgrades are the cards that draw more cards right now. Survive it through reflex. I'll neutralize, defend, and pinpoint. Oh boy. Just a little bit worried about this fight. Okay, we've got Speedster in this hand. And I'm going to retain Untouchable. I can throw through Reflex. Neutralize, double defend, and pinpoint. That's the best I can do. Oh, no. Oh, boy. This is not going to work. If I drop that Ricochet, I literally put, like, 8. 8 days into the draw pile, which means I'm just not drawing back to my new cycle pretty much ever. Unfortunately, I no longer have a choice. Like, I do kind of just have to do it right now, because otherwise I'm not going to have any damage and we're not going to be able to finish the fight. All right. Just gonna hold that strike. That'll do it. Antimancer's dead. I'm taking another prepared. I don't think Speedster is the right choice, but I do think I need to take a card from each of these. I do think that Serpent Form would actually be really good. It is a lot of setup, but in a boss fight, I can afford that one. Shadow Meld, though, just helps shore up my defense at the cost of draw, which is something I am drawing a lot of. I literally have to choose the Metamorphosis option here or I die. Hey, that's not bad. It healed me for 25, and then it healed me for another 15, because it was my 5th card, so the Book of the Five Rings triggered. Larson Candy. Every other combat, your card rewards contain an additional power. We're almost back on full health, actually. I'm going to upgrade Shadow Meld to be 0 cost. I'm going to take an Elite here. Speedster prepared through Untouchable and Untouchable 2. And then in the spirit of damage, I think I need to follow up with Dagger Throw through Ricochet and Pinpoint. Then I'm going to use Energy Potion to drop Well-Laid Plan to defend as well in order to keep the Blade of Ink in hand. Blade of Ink is being kept in hand for when the Fan of Knives is drawn. We also drew the Fan of Knives. Oh, I should have played the Blade of Ink first. Oh, that should be Reflex Soups. Thankfully, it doesn't matter because we have the Echoing Slash. Meal ticket. Whenever you go to a rest shop, heal 15 HP. We've got so many healing relics. Dex Pot, Escape Plan, and Master Planner. There's not that many things that I would want to make slide that aren't. I think Murder for some inevitability in fights is really good. This would be much better as Daughter of the Wind, but I'm not willing to give you all of my health, so you can give me Mr. Struggles instead. Drop a deck spot. Speedster, dagger throw through Ricochet. Big defend. Reasonable enough turn right there. We've got Shadow Meld into... I know that Escape Plan has to hit the Metamorphosis there. I'll also play Metamorphosis before playing Prepared. Neat. Hey, we managed to get full defense. Unfortunately, we did draw past the murder that we care so much about, but other than that, everything went pretty well. Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how did you enjoy the play? All right. Colorless Potion. The Courier. Merchant no longer runs out of cards relative to potions, and their price increased by 20%. Shivs gain retain. The first Shiv you play each turn deals 9 additional damage. I don't really play that many Shivs. I play a lot of Shivs on one turn. I think another Prepared still makes a lot of sense in this deck, actually. 3 of them? One of... No, it doesn't. That's greedy. I'm not taking any of those. I'll take Abrasive. Thankfully, we managed not to block on that first turn, giving us the ability to block ridiculously and unimpededly here. I can prepare through another strike. 31. I don't think saving 4 health here is worth it. I don't want any of those. This is a situation where boy. I don't think I rest. I think I am great. Speedster, and we'll prepare through as much as we need to. Neutralize helps us turn around for free. Let's dig in Skill Pot to see if I can get a bigger blow. Corrosive Wave after all that. The annoying thing is I still think I should probably take that Corrosive Wave. And well-laid plans, and then hold that Corrosive Wave. I mean, the counter is block 5. Is that worth it? Retain the Survivor. Optimal defense is important. And again, I'll keep a defend for the same reason. Shadow Meld, escape. Escape. Corrosive Wave prepared. A lot less than I wanted there. Strike to turn around, another defend, and that'll be good enough. I was certain that'll be good enough. This doesn't feel like that, though. Yeah. That seems good enough. Get them both down to a limit where they die next turn. Beautiful. There's that serpent form again, but adrenaline's exactly what we need. 143! 143 times you've been here. It's not true, by the way. Dude just straight up lies to you. 9 max HP, 3 apparitions. My defense is probably better than needing that. Enthralled to the deck. I can discard Enthralled a lot of the time if I draw it. I think that's probably worthwhile taking it, especially considering we do have setup that we care about. Ethereal copy the first attack we play each turn. Most of the time, that's going to end up being a card that I don't care about at all. The Enthralled gave us some health. Nice. I'm going to take... Ooh. Oh my god, what the hell is this? I wanted to use Blade of Ink, but I have no other attacks in this hand. Discard. Hey, see? It's all swell and it ends swell. Piercing Wail, great single card defense. Shadow Mold my way. Hey, loving how consistent that's been so far. I'll keep the murder in hand. It's only 13 damage. 13? 12 damage. Not nearly enough right now. Thank heck for that piercing wail. Good thing I drafted one, and I'll just straight play Abrasive. Keep the reflex here. So many of my prepareds were just hanging out at the bottom of the deck. No. I don't need a second Well-Laid Plans. I need to upgrade my first one. Ooh, very nice. Gets an extra knife. Does that matter that much to me? Hidden Gem. Hidden Gem Tactician. Hidden Gem Tactician removal. I can afford all three. Woo! What a rush. I'm going to upgrade that Tactician. I'm going to upgrade Hidden Gem as well. Dagger Throw through Reflex. Nice. Keep it untouchable. I know I've got prepareds in this deck somewhere. We managed to do some good blocking that turn. Okay. Blade of Ink. Prepared through Tactician and Ricochet. Ricochet gives us additional strength then. Adrenaline. Shadow Mill and Prepared again through Ricochet. Now Echoing Slash and Fan of Knives to finish him. I'm so glad I've got some additional glue in this deck at this point. Do I take a finisher as a finisher when I'm doing Fan of Knives stuff? No, later in the deck I don't really use it like that. Every time you play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies, says the letter opener. Oh. I'm gonna... Oh, what the hell? Awful. Bad turn. They finally gave me enthralled in a position where I actually... Oh my god. Yeah, a position where I actually had to play it. I'm gonna use the Collar Spot. I can't just be taking all this damage here. Not if I want to win. Speedster through Ricochet, Ricochet. Easy. If that Speedster was upgraded, I think it might have a look in here, but I don't think it does. We need Hidden Gem and... this is just a good opportunity for me to pick up either a Strength or a Dex. Do I think... Dex. We manage Strength with our own play. I'm gonna have to use Reflex to try and draw any defense at all. Triple Adrenaline's great, but I'll be taking 17 this turn. Why? Why must I love her? Let's drop Metamorphosis and then Piercing Wail. Then Adrenaline to draw the 0-cost attacks we just put in the draw pile. Oh, I missed out on my letter opener damage that previous turn. Oops. $24 damage next turn. What do we think the odds are on that? Good? I think they're good. I'll take an Acrobatics upgraded, sure. It's gotta be draw, right? On Abrasive, because I'm usually discarding it to play it. And then it needs to be the well-laid plans up. Okay, so we are on the non-beta patch, so I think Doormaker is going to be the easier of these two fights for us. I'm going to use my Dex Pod at the top of this fight. I don't want to use Adrenaline here on turn 1, but I do want my turn 1 to do something, so... Alright. Interesting. I'll use Reflex looking for, a prepared, which we do get. Great. Hoorah! We managed to make the turn do something. And in fact, we got past Enthralled. That actually matters a lot. There's no way I win this fight while Torchhead Amalgam's still up. Retaining 2 cards helps us avoid the downside of all of these cards being blocked. Metamorph. Ugh. Neutralize. Defend and let it roll. I do want the Fan of Knives on the right turn. Maybe I need to keep the Piercing Wail, though, because the next turn is going to be a... Yeah, I'm going to focus on my defense for this cycle. Next turn is going to be the enemy multi-attacking the front line. So Piercing Wail completely solves that immediately. I mean, Hidden Gem has to be played this turn. It pretty much has to be played every time. Yeah, I mean, it was great. Making the Pinpoint actually do damage is nice. I'm going to play Speedster. It's going to cause me to take some damage this turn, but 6 damage, which also ends up drawing us 3 cards for next turn. Pretty useful. I've got to play Enthralled. I've also got to play Hidden Gem. Triple Escape Plan in the draw pile. Sick. Murder's doing decent damage at this point, but I want to keep my block. Untouchable Survivor, please. Okay. Happy to hold a single prepared by itself here. And finally we get to drop the Abrasive and draw. That's the triple. Let's keep Tactician and Untouchable, so both of those can be cast by a single prepared. I'm actually not going to use the prepared to do that because I want to get the additional defense this turn. And that also enables me to use them next turn instead, when the enemy is doing less damage. Not no damage, they're still doing 30, but less damage. Let's Hidden Gem. Woof. Not what we wanted to see from that Hidden Gem. Yeah, strike that does 12 damage. Those are kind of dime a dozen, buddy. Murder for 74 is pretty good. Still ideal that I find some sort of way to defend this turn. That Blade of Ink at the top of this turn would have done so well as well, by the way, in retrospect. Murder, defend, hold these. This turn you buff. That's the Pinpoint with replay. Got him. I think speeds to first is good enough. Especially if I've got the adrenaline, just in case I draw something so much better that I have to deal with that. And the tactician for the additional energy from that as well. Relay plans. I'm not going to be playing murder here. I'll just discard that. Abrasive got played. We got the hidden gem out that turn. I'm leaning towards not playing the adrenaline. It's going to be great in another cycle. Okay. That's the escape plan with replay. Good to see it. Dagger throw through an untouchable, setting up the space for the escape plan with replay. Never mind, it doesn't set up the space for that. It almost does. Oh my god. Do I have to get the worst cards available with Metamorphosis constantly here? Okay, enemy's gonna stagger themselves here. This is actually really good though. Because I get a free turn of damage against the Doormaker. Should probably not be the turn that I really try and utilize that, considering how things have been frozen in this end. Yeah, definitely not. I'll do it, actually. Dagger throw through Tactician, keep it going. Pinpoint, Leading Strike, Echoing Slash. Keep decent defense just to set up for the next turn already. Yeah, that's a pretty big chunk of your health that we got down there, buddy. Hidden Gem doesn't have anything in the draw pile, unfortunately, at the moment, so I've got to generate a new draw pile first. Triple Neutralize isn't bad. Can I have it? Finally drew a skill and it gave me block. I really do need to preempt the right turn for the Blade of Ink. Okay, Murder is about half of your remaining health. I'll Blade of Ink this turn, sure. Oh boy, that's already lethal. Get him. GG, buddy. Hey, that was a hell of a run. Very, very, very sly. Very. Absolutely exploiting the hell out of sly. But the reason this run won? How much ridiculous healing. Like, the Book of the Five Rings, and then additional cards giving more health from the Book of the Five Rings, and then Eternal Feather giving more health per more cards, which I was getting for the Book of the Five Rings. All of those working together, I mean, also Meal Ticker, but that actually wasn't really that instrumental at any point. All of those working together to give us the ability to take quite aggressive lines, giving us the ability to make a quite aggressive deck. Hell yeah. That could scarcely have gone better, I think. Very happy to have the Silent up here on floor 3, and especially up here and meeting the Architect yet again. Of course, in the next episode, we're going to be cycling back to the Beta branch in order to play the Regent, but until then, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire 2. Top left is the series playlist for all of my content of the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations are down below, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Add a thank to him. A special thanks this episode to Nick Starfield. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.